Hello everyone. Actually, today morning, I noticed that I received a comment uh, for the video that I made about a couple of months back. The tutorial was actually on Python, where I taught R plus and R plus mode while handling text files actually. So the comment was that, but I want to add something at the very beginning of a new line. So with R plus mode, actually you cannot do that. So that is actually what, even in the video, I mentioned that if you are using R mode or R plus mode, one thing actually is that you should have a file with certain content. So you can, with R mode, if you open a text file in R mode, actually you can read the content of the file. And if you open the file in R plus mode, you can read and you can write content into the file. So that is the major distinction between opening a file in R mode and R plus mode. So, and yeah. So, and I also mentioned that if you are using the R plus mode, when you write something to the file, it will replace the existing content, and then it will write the whatever the new content that we are writing. Okay. So just to brush upon that, I will write a code here, and I'll show that to you now. And the commenter who mentioned that what if I want to add something to the beginning of the line, let's see what we can do. Okay, if there any if there anything we can do to get around that limitation. Okay, so let's start working with the text file now anyway. So for that, actually I have come up with there is a file here, text file. So it's just a random text. It's just a series of English alphabets, A from A to Z. Just concatenated, and we have created a bunch of text here just for the tutorial purpose only. So it starts with A, B, C, D like that. All are in small case. Now, what we are going to do is actually let us copy the file path here. So from security, I am actually copying the file path now. Okay. Now let's come back to the code editor, and we will open the with statement. We will open under the R string. We will provide the path to the file, and we will open the file in R plus mode. Okay, we don't have to open the file in R mode because that already we have covered in the previous tutorial. So let's say we can call it our file, and so what we are going to do is actually we would like to write something to the beginning of the file. Okay. So now let's say we can come back to the our file dot seek 0. It will bring the cursor to the very beginning of the content of the file. Okay. Then what we will do is actually we will write something, some content into the file. Our file dot write. Okay, let's say we can let's have an input here, user input here. Okay, content is equal to input. Let's enter the content. Enter the content that you like to add in the front. Okay, let's say we are asking the user actually to give some input, some string value you put, and that string value will appear or will get concatenated with the already existing content. Okay, let's say we are asking the user, and that content actually we are trying to write into the file here. Okay, content. Now, okay, let's run it and see. Okay, it's actually, it's asking. So let's say hello. We are asking hello. Yeah, it has written now. So let's read it again. I just want to open the file with open. I just want to open the same file, so I'm copying. Okay, and our file, let's call it a different variable, different handle. So our file 2 dot read, I want to read the all content. Then I want to, let's say, let's call it a read all, print read all. Okay, let's print it and see, like, what it is going to write. Okay, because already actually it has written something. Let's run it again anyway. Okay, we will type one more time hello, and yeah, so here actually we have a hello and the FJHIJKLM. Okay, so let's open. Actually, I showed you that before the tutorial we started. I showed that the text actually started with A, B, C, D, E, F, like that. Okay, so when we entered hello, which contains about 5 letters, so A, B, C, D, E, actually it got erased and it got replaced with hello. And the second time when we ran the program, that hello was again replaced by the next hello. In the next round when we ran the code, actually it replaced that. So that's why we have here hello and followed by GHIJ, HELLO. Okay, so okay, we have FGHIJ, we have that. Okay, so that is the problem actually. When we write something, actually it replaces what was existing there. So is there any way we can get around this actually? Is there any way we can add that hello in the very front? At the same time, the hello should be followed with the content that was previously out there. Okay, so let's see what we can do. So before that, actually let us restore the original file here. So okay, what I feel, I will replace this with A, B, C, D, E, and I will save this, and then I will come back. Then what I will do, so what we can do is, so my criteria, my strategy is like this. What we are going to do is actually, first we will read the entire content here, our file dot read. So this way actually we will read the entire content that is there in the file, and we will assign the content to a variable here. Okay, read content. So we have read the content and we have assigned that to the file. Now we will actually ask the user actually to input something, some string, Okay, let's say something was entered, and then what we will do, we will write content, and what we will do is actually we will grab the content that the user entered, and then we will concatenate it with what we have read actually, read content. So whatever the user entered, that string will be concatenated with a content that was already there. Okay, then we kind of like joined it. Then what we will do, we will go back to the very beginning of the file. So let's say our file dot seek 0. Okay, I'm sorry, 0. So at this stage, actually, what happened is that we have been taken back to the very beginning of the content. So now the cursor is actually located at the very very beginning of the file. Now this thing actually we will write into the file now. Okay, let's write to the file. So we will write to the our file dot write. So this thing which write content, this thing we will write to the file. And now let's open the file and check what has happened. Let's save it and we will run now. Debug without debugging. Okay, so let's type the same string hello, and yeah, you can see now there we have the hello, and then it hasn't replaced any content that was already there in the file. So before, if you check, you can see hello, then followed by we have FGHI, which means it replaced that A, B, C, D, E. The first 5 letters were replaced with hello. So this strategy, what we have done was that we have read the entire content, and we kind of like prepended. We prepended with some user input value. The user input value is nothing but is some random string actually. So this random string followed by the original content that Python has read actually using the read function. Then what we did actually, we brought the cursor back to the very beginning of the file. Okay, once the cursor is at the very beginning of the file, then what we did was we wrote the content that we have saved in the write content variable into the beginning of the file now. So that did not actually so here essentially what happened is that whatever was there initially got entirely replaced by a concatenated value of the user input and the content that was previously there. Okay, so which kind of like so we cannot say the replacement didn't happen. The replacement happened, but the replacement actually restored. The replacement did not erase anything that was out there. Okay, so this is one way we can actually address this thing. So I hope you have understood this. So if there is any other method that you can employ in order to achieve this, kindly let me know. It will be really good for us and viewers actually to see and appreciate how a certain how a problem can be addressed in multitude of ways. So this is one way that I have come up with, and if you guys have easier ways of approaching and implementing a solution, then kindly provide that in the comment box. So and if you have any more queries, please put them in the comment box, and I am happy to help you within my capacity. And so thanks for watching, and I will be back with another tutorial. So until then, thank you and goodbye.